What's up, everybody? It's your old pal Pete back with a quick segment episode. Before I get to my Dynamite reviews this week, and I got a quick eBay segment for you, I want to give a real quick shout out, I hope I'm going to say this guy's name right, to Ken Brodkinski, who's got a really cool Kickstarter campaign. He's trying to fund an animated movie called Cowboys and Engines, a Steampunk Adventure. Now, I went and checked this out, and it's actually really cool. It sounds like I never got into the whole steampunk thing, but that's not to say I don't like it. I think it's actually pretty cool when you combine cowboys and western and technology and stuff. And steampunk is basically just looking at like life in the 1800s, but with crazy technology that is kind of like, it's not dumbed down. You know, it's like it's old-fashioned, it's primitive, but it can do all of the stuff of today's modern fucking iPods and shit. It's a really cool concept, and I was checking out, they have a video going, obviously, with every Kickstarter campaign. They always introduce what the project is and who's involved, and you've got all the producers talking about it, and you've got a couple of the voice actors talking about it. But, you know, the thing that really got my attention were the preliminary sketches of not just the characters, which look cool, but all of the technology, all of the steampunk aspects itself. And there was like one of the horses they showed were like all armored up and everything. And the first thing that popped into my mind was it looked like Strider from Masters of the Universe, not Strider, Lord of the Rings Strider, but Strider, He-Man's fucking mechanical horse. The shit looked awesome. Basically, it follows the story of this guy, Cade Ballard, who rides into town. You know, he's like the Clint Eastwood badass character, and he meets Lady Guinevere, and they have to team up to stop the bad guy, Dr. Clay, who has stolen this thing called the Temporal Engine. Just sounds fucking cool, and it's it's just a cool sounding kids animation cartoon, and it sounds like it's right out of the fucking 80s, man. This is what animation should be, and as much as I like all of the 3D shit going, I do miss cell animation movies and such. And the projects are very involved, and they're very time consuming, very long, and a lot of effort involved. So we're going to wish Ken a lot of luck going through that. I made a small donation. They're looking for a big one because it's, this is an entire movie. This is a big-ass production. So if you can, check out the Kickstarter and look for Cowboys and Engines, a Steampunk Adventure. Ken, want to thank you for donating to the Pete's Basement Indiegogo Fund. Favor returned. And hopefully you guys meet your goal. I look forward to seeing that movie. Real quick, I always get a lot of emails and such asking about like eBay and stuff. I'm like the eBay king. I fucking love eBay. You get all sorts of stupid knickknacks. I'll show you a couple of things. I managed to pick up these fuzzy stickers from the 80s that I had all over my toy box when I was a little kid. I got some Masters of the Universe ones, and I got some Mr. T stickers. That was what originally turned me on to it. Mr. T was one of my childhood heroes. I used to run around with my grandmother's rosary beads around my neck, running through the rooms pretending I was Mr. T. Because he's the man. He's one of my top 3 people that I would really like to meet at some point. But I also managed to pick up from the old Burger King. I got these Masters of the Universe cups, which you will find photos of these on Facebook very shortly. What's funny is I got these in the mail, and I really remembered them being a lot bigger when I was a kid. I guess to my little ass hand they were. But you can always find really cool shit on eBay. I've been looking for these for a long time. I'm glad I finally found a seller with a reasonable price on it. And speaking of reasonable prices, I picked this up. It's the Masters of the Universe art book. This was only available at some foregone convention a while back. They only made 1,000 of these, and the only seller I ever saw had it on both eBay and Amazon for $500, which is fucking ridiculous. You get a lot of these dickheads that will just overcharge you for shit because they think they got a one-of-a-kind item, or they think they're the only seller on eBay trying to get rid of one. And sometimes they are. But you gotta hold that. You can't, if you think that something is overcharged, that you're gonna overpay for something, don't buy it. Someone else will arrive. And I managed to find this really cool seller out of Ireland who had the thing for $120, and I snagged that shit as soon as I saw it. This is all of the preliminary artwork and sketches and stuff from Mattel that show how the toy line was created, all of the original box art, all of the mini comic art. This is a Masters of the Universe collector's dream come true. I'm so happy I fucking got this. That all being said, I want to run down a quick list of my favorite eBay sellers for you guys, where I get most of my shit. Not, this oddball stuff, because that, chances are you'll work with that seller once and that's it. But you get a lot of times where a seller will really do you right. They'll maybe throw some free shit in or whatever, or the thing ships really fast, it's well packed. And these are guys that you should hold on to. Keep them in your saved seller section, because you never know when you might need something again. Some of my favorites have been my buddy Eddie D'Angelini from California, works with Jeffries Comics. You can find them with Jeffries, all one word, _comics. That's their seller name. I'm pretty sure you can search by store as well. And they got a bunch of cool, they got some variant covers, a lot of mostly Silver Age stuff, some Golden Age stuff thrown in there. Prices are good, and just drop them a line, let them know that you found out about them from Pete from the basement. Another cool spot, all totally variant cover exclusive, is Comic Central Sanford. You can find them by Fun Farm WHL. That's their eBay handle. It's not a big store, but it's all variant covers. So if there's some crazy shit that you're looking for that you couldn't find at your local shop, chances are they're gonna have it running around. Two of the best spots I find for your random back issue that you missed a couple of months ago and then fucking forgot about are Mile High Comics and My Comic Shop. I like these the most because they have flat rate shipping. And no matter if you buy 2 books or you buy 200 books, you're paying $5 to ship the shit. Done deal. These guys, they're big stores, so they can afford whatever the fuck, that they're going to lose money on the shipping, because chances are you're going to buy more than one item. And anytime I have one item to buy from these guys, I always look, Ramon, that's for you wherever you are. I always look to see if there's other shit that I need. I'll start racking my brain like, what other books did I miss? So this way I can maximize however many I gotta get from them. So I'll have them ship me like 20 books. Or I do keep, a want list, and I think you all should. Most of us do, because that's the sign of a true collector. The sickness kicks in, and you have to write down all of the shit that you want. But sometimes I'll go through there and not looking at some of the crazy Silver Age stuff that I get, but just like random shit. I'm big on the Flash. Professor Zoom, Reverse Flash, one of my favorite villains, so I try to get all of his appearances. And some of those books are like $2 and $3 books, so I'll try to get those. I'm currently also looking for Spectacular Spider-Man 1 through 150, just because, I need something to do. And those books are, again, like $2, $3 a pop. Sometimes you can get them in 50-cent bins in the comic conventions. I also like what ifs. Love what ifs. Self-contained stories of what if this fucked up thing happened to your favorite character in the Marvel Universe. These were big in the 70s and 80s, and they kind of trailed off in the 90s, and then Marvel has tried to kind of rehash and revamp the What If franchise, really to no avail, unfortunately. It just doesn't have that same pizzazz, These things ended with the Tales from the Crypt Twilight Zone finesse, and they failed miserably at that now. I get a lot of questions about the CGC and everything, and most of the time, us average collectors can only submit stuff to the CGC, whether it's SIG series or whether it's, you just want to get a book slab because you want to protect it. You can only do that at conventions. They always have a booth at just about every convention across the world, and the only time you can submit stuff not at a convention is if you join the Collector Society for $100 a year. And I did it, and unless you're looking to make some kind of business out of this, or you have 100 fucking books that you want to turn in, it's not really worth it. Unless you slab books regularly, don't bother. Just wait for I got a little pile of books sitting on top of my boxes now, waiting for a convention in April that I'm going to bring my shit to. It's like 4 books. So it's not worth me spending that extra $100. But You can always submit the stuff at the conventions. If you want to get something signed, you go there and you drag one of the guys with you, preferably not kicking and screaming, and you have them witness the signature, and then that book is eligible for the SIG series. If you are into SIG series, I highly suggest that you check out my boy on eBay, Rasmus2, Rasmus2. That's my buddy Rich Hen. He does a whole bunch of, he does exclusively SIG series books. He's only got usually about 20 to 30 auctions up, but he always has a very large list of books that are not up. So feel free to drop him a line, tell him Pete from the basement sent you, and if you're looking for anything, I know he'll treat you right. He's a really good dude. He's a stand-up guy. Really quick, I checked this book out from Boom Studios, Deathmatch #1. This is playing off of the Hunger Games kind of thing, and that Avengers Arena, where they're all fighting in arcades, fucking murder world. This book takes a whole bunch of characters that you've never heard of because they just got created for this. I looked. And pits them against each other. None of them know how they got there. And none of them know what goes on in the arena because they get like brainwashed or whatever to fight their friends, their enemies. It doesn't matter. A lot of these guys, you get the impression that they're friends, and they just, you know, somebody's gonna walk out of there and somebody's not. So you kind of get the impression that they don't really want to kill each other, but they don't have a choice for some reason. And there's these weirdo light guard creatures that are keeping them there. You know what? Even though you don't know anything about these characters, Boom still gives you like a little bio about them in the back, and it gives you their first appearance, even though those books don't exist because I looked. And you still manage to get kind of a feel for the character. You're really kind of sad to see some of them get killed, even though, like you said, you don't know anything about them. But it's a fun story. It really is. I didn't think I was going to like it. I picked it up just on a whim because I've trusted Boom Studios before, and they have absolutely paid off. I read Val and the Outcast from them, and they were the guys responsible for those Stan Lee special editions. There was a Traveler, Starborn, and Soldier Zero. Those were really good. So I definitely suggest you get those 12-issue graphic novels if you can. They were actually a really entertaining story. And that's part of the good thing about, you know, stories like this is you don't have a lot of continuity bogging the story down. You can just kind of roll with it and get into it. And that's why I like, you know, a lot of these Dynamite books. I've been buying the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman for my mother, who my mother never read comics in her life, but I know she always liked the TV show. So when I saw them, and me and her used to watch the Bionic Woman when I was a little kid. Bionic Man was a little before my time, but that's not to say I didn't, you know, backtrack and catch a couple of episodes. But Mom's been really liking these. I picked them up on a whim, and she's been enjoying them. Currently in Bionic Man, which was originally written by Kevin Smith, and he dropped off the book, but it's still really entertaining. Colonel Steve Austin just met, not Stone Cold Steve Austin, but that's probably where Steve Austin got his name, or possibly where he was named after. You never know. He just meets this other bionic creatures, like a gorilla kind of Yeti Sasquatch dude that the Russians were also experimenting with bionics, and they fucked around with a whole bunch of, you know, animals and stuff. And now he has to save this race of people, these creatures that have been bionically enhanced from an evil mad scientist. Bionic Woman is actually a pretty good jump on point. Her friend just got killed and then turned into a bionic soldier, much to, you know, Jamie Summers was not happy about that, because you get the idea that OSI, which is the company behind all of the, you know, bionics and shit, they're really not nice people. They're kind of a shady government outfit, and they will fuck you over in a minute. It's a lot of fun. Bionic Man versus Bionic Woman just started like last week. Picked this up. Right now, Steve Austin and Jamie Summers, who are they were married or they were dating. They haven't fought yet. Right now, Steve Austin is going up against this other disgustingly fat bionic guy. There's a lot of bionic motherfuckers running around. You kind of, you know, the world is opening up more, and you're starting to realize he was not the first. So eventually, obviously, these two are going to team up. Why they're going to fight, I don't know yet, but I'm obviously going to stick around because, like I said, Mom's enjoying it. And it's a really fun set of stories because there's not a lot of continuity, you know, that you're gonna get trapped in, and then you gotta backtrack for and learn about. What you know about the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman is probably the same shit that I know. You know, he's really strong. He was almost killed. They made him better, stronger, faster because they had the technology, and then he makes that cool sound when he runs. And they even they even poked fun at that sound. I said that in one of the first reviews that I did of this series. But it's the sound of the Bionics kind of moving around in him, because obviously you can't hear a comic book, but you can. You know, they made a cool joke about it. And like the scientists are like, "What's that sound?" It's like, "Oh, that must be the Bionics." And they tried to make a little onomatopoeia for it, and that was pretty funny. The Spider issue 8 is a great jump on point for this kind of Batman / Punisher / you know, Spawn kind of superhero. This guy don't take no shit from nobody. He will kill a fucking criminal, and he's running around just like the last issue was a kind of a one shot, and now we're beginning an entirely new story. I can't even compare him to Spider-Man because he's nothing like it. He just wears, you know, the garb. He's a golden age hero that Dynamite has brought back, which is really, I like when they do that and when they do it right. And one of the best ways I can show that off to you is masks. I was a little nervous about this whole thing with all of their, you know, Dynamite was throwing all of their heroes together for one big fucking team up. Right now, somehow these criminals, through, you know, various corrupt politicians, have taken over New York City, and they've turned it into like a martial law kind of government with them running the show. And the criminals are all dressed up as like, they look like Nazi SS soldiers, but they're cops, and they are fucking people up left and right because who's breaking curfew at 8 o'clock in the evening or something like that, and there's a new tax levied on the populace, and they just going around robbing people for the, you know, money for the government. And it's kind of a campy story, and you're left to accept a lot, like, you know, cops robbing people in broad daylight, but it's still fun. And you've got all these Dynamite characters, all these Golden Age characters that they've, you know, revisited: the Green Hornet, Black Terror, the Spider, Zorro, and The Shadow is one of the best books. I don't have a new one of those to review for you, but I've been really enjoying just about everything Dynamite's put out lately. And I do suggest you check these out if you haven't yet. And if you have, you know, drop us a line. Let us know if you're reading anything like Lord of the Jungle. I'm also checking out because I was a big Tarzan fan when I was a kid. They had the Saturday morning cartoon on back in the day. So drop us a line, guys. Questions at PetesBasement.com, Facebook.com/PetesBasement, and follow us on Twitter. I'm going to turn you over to Ramon, who's going to review all of the rest of the superhero books for you, and we'll see you at a round table next week. Have a good one.
So, another week, more segments. Actually don't know why we're doing segments this week. No catastrophic reason. Gas is cleared out and all that stuff. We just are. Anyways, another week. First up, we have Aspen, Homecoming, number 3. It's like I Am Number 4, the movie, which I loved, but a poor attempt at it. I just don't like it. The idea is okay, but the art falls flat, and some of the storytelling is kind of flat too. Just whatever. Boom Studios, we have Freelancers number 3. I really like this. It's like, it's fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. You know, it's just it's a spoof on kung fu and orphanages and, you know, like, you know, muscle for hire, and it's good. It's really good. I'm hoping Boom doesn't fuck it up. Boom does have a history of screwing things up, so in my book, my opinion, mind you. Next we have up Dark Horse, The Answer. I'm just really been into Dark Horse lately, so I'm like, let me give this thing a try, even though the name is just, he's called The Answer with an exclamation point on his face. Don't know, but it's good. I mean, we still don't know much about The Answer, except I think he could teleport and he could take an ass whooping. But the other character, the female lead, which I forget her name, she's really great. She's like Oracle, except about the wheelchair. And it's really good. It's a 4-issue run, and I'm looking forward to number 2. See how it goes. Oh, okay, that's it for Dark Horse. Wow, surprised. Next we have up Green Lantern, the New Guardians. This is Rise of the Third Army, which is a minor blip in DC right now. It's just it's not even an event or events within the Green Lantern universe. It's just something that's happening. It's not coming off like what it should be, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy trying to take over the universe, and it just does. It's falling flat. I mean, really, like, no bueno. A few good things that are happening in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe is Kyle Rayner. I remembered his name. You read 40 books and try to remember characters' names. It ain't gonna happen. He's a White Lantern, and he did it the good old-fashioned hard way. He mastered every single freaking spectrum, emotional spectrum, for those who don't know. And it's pretty badass. I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to that. In Green Lantern number 16, we have the Simon Baz, the other Green Lantern, the other human Green Lantern, and he's helping out Guy Gardner. Me and names, horrible. And it's like they're already moving on to the next thing, which involves the Black Lantern and involves the First Lantern, which is being kept prisoner by the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't know. And this guy, I mean, it's cool that he's keeping a gun in case the battery dies out, because that happens. That always freaking happens. The battery dies out. But when you're in space fighting people in space, is a gun going to help you? I mean, a regular good old pistol? I don't think so. But whatever. Make the first Arabic freaking Green Lantern, wear a criminal mask, carry a gun, and just, yeah, whatever. Next. Green Lantern Corps number 16 is just more of the same shit. So in other words, the Green Lantern books are pretty much iffy, except for, in my opinion, Kyle Rayner mastering the full spectrums, and it's pretty nice. I liked it. I like that little part. Next we have Lord of the Jungle, number 12 from Dynamite. I don't do Dynamite books a lot, like review them and whatnot, because they usually they're okay. They're not like, ooh, even masks. Yeah, masks. Anyways, even that book. After the first one, it really kind of fell off for me. But Lord of the Jungle's up to 12th issue, and it's really going on good and well. It almost has a Conan vibe to it, actually, and it's just really good, and it's turn of the century-ish type of thing, and it's last century. It's not this century. We're technically in the turn of this century, but whatever. And it's really badass. There's racism, there's sexism, there's badassness. It's not a high-tech stuff. It's just really good. I like it. I like it a lot. Mars Attacks the Transformers. Book of the week. And you know what? Unless something good comes out next week, this is going to be book of the month. This shit had me laughing my ass off. They were making fun of Spike's little boots. They were kicking ass. They were taking names. It was awesome. Awesome. If you're not picking up the Mars Attacks the Transformers books from IDW, I don't know. I mean, Ghostbusters was good. Kiss one I haven't read. The Popeye one I refuse to read because it's Popeye and the whole comic strip feel. I don't like it. Damn. But I just might go back and read that because this book is that damn good. All right. Also from IDW, the last issue of Memorial, Imaginary Fiends. We loved Memorial when it first came out. Robertson did an awesome job on that, and I was really waiting for the continuation of the story, and this is it. Digitally. 9 issues, all done completely digitally. Each is a total of 10 pages. That includes cover plus table of contents page, So really 8 pages, but times 9, get some good shit right there, man. Awesome. Really delves more into the whole different aspects of the maybes, the could have beens, the would have beens, the should haves, the ares, the was. It's really good stuff. Really, I mean, he's onto something here, and I really hope he continues. IDW. Wow, this is IDW week or something. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Secret History of the Foot Clan, issue 2. I loved issue 1, surprisingly so. I was like, oh, okay, let me flip through it. I did. I was like, whoa, just whoa. I'm currently watching the cartoon. It's okay, but this is like, damn. I mean, damn. I don't know if I should pick up the regular issue now. I mean, Jesus, I pick up enough stuff as it is, but this is just, it's just good stuff. The Turtles are in it, but barely. It's more about the Foot Clan and where they come from and how they came to be, and some mysticism involved there and all that stuff. It's muy bueno, muy bueno. Almost book of the week, but Martians and Transformers just surprisingly enough took it. Image, Bedlam. All right, the villain in this. Okay, he's not a villain. The reformed villain in this is awesome. Imagine the Joker reformed, but still having a deep appreciation for psychotics. You know, like trying to help a cop figure out crimes, but while he's looking at the case files, he's just totally impressed and scaring the crap out of you. This is it. I'm not going to tell you anymore. It's up to issue 3, I believe. And if you're not getting this, you're missing out. I think you really are. 231 Image Comics. Good stuff. I'm not reviewing Chew. It's Chew, but I had to mention it. Get on it, people. Uncanny. Okay. A couple of X-Men books came out this week that I'm reviewing. Uncanny X-Force #1 and Wolverine and the X-Men #24. Now the cover of Uncanny X-Force #1 shows a bunch of people. Not all of them are. They're not a team yet, so it's early on. They're still going. I expected garbage out of this, but Humphrey's story is good so far, and Garney's art is really good. I really like it so far. I wish an Uncanny X-Force book wouldn't bleep the curses, if you will, black them out, redact them. It's ridiculous. It's Uncanny X-Force. X-Force books should, I mean, you're gonna kill mutants, you're gonna beat them up, you're gonna show all these violence, but you're not gonna show a curse word or some nudity. A lot of books are doing this, and it's really pissing me off. You show incredible gore, but then, when there's a half-naked woman, there's coincidental smoke rising covering up the bare sensuals, or the curses are bleeped out. Really? Anyways, the reason I'm also reviewing both these books together is because Storm got a new deal, and that happened in I believe Wolverine and the X-Men. So okay, look at this panel. So she's talking to T'Challa, her ex-husband, who annulled the wedding, whatever. And, he's trying to be friends with the ex, which is always a difficult thing. I mean, let's be real, guys. And he's like, have you seen anybody? No. Well, I wish you the best of luck, yada yada, blah blah blah, but please, not him. Who is him? Well, look at the cover of Wolverine and the X-Men and you'll find out who the hell him is. It's Wolverine. Wolverine's a hoe. He's my man. He's a little 5' nothing adamantium laced nut that gets a lot of coochie. Anyways, that aside, it turns out that, well, he does. And in Uncanny X-Force, you see this panel here where Psylocke's asking her, what's up with you and Wolverine? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. Hey. Well, anyways, the kiss from the cover of Wolverine and the X-Men actually does happen. Happens in the shower after Wolverine cuts her hair off. Pimpin'. Wolverine smashed the sister. Hey. Anyways, moving along. Young Avengers, #1. I don't know where they're going with this. This female Captain America wannabe that flies is a female Bishop. Hulkling, Wiccan, Loki, of course, and the Protector, also known as Bootleg Marvel. I honestly, I don't know where they're going with this. I'm hoping it'll be good, but I don't know. I hope they don't try too much to be very teeny, because I think they're young. They're not teenagers, or they shouldn't be teenagers anyways. And I don't know. Let's just see. Valiant, Harbinger #8. Wow, this is good stuff. All Valiant books so far are doing really well, and they're all moving into different things. Harbinger's going to move into Harbinger Wars, and well, I'll get to the next one later on. Anyways, so imagine a world of psychics, psyops, different powers. pyrokinetic, telekinetic, telepathy, so on and so forth. Able to talk to machinery, all that stuff. And this one man controls them all through a secret organization. And this one kid says, "No, screw it, I'm not doing it anymore." And then he goes out and starts recruiting and activating his own psiots. And it's a special ensemble cast. Oh my god. And it's just going from there, and it's going to lead into Harbinger Wars, which is almost a bit too soon, but it's so good that I'm going to give it a chance and not badmouth it right now. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. Next we have Manowar, number 9, Prelude to Planet Death, in which case the people who, well, I'm not going to say they created the Manowar suit, because it didn't say that yet. They haven't said that. They definitely worshipped it. They're definitely looking for somebody of their own race to be chosen to wear it, but that hasn't worked. They have an ancient barbarian from Gaul, and it's screwing them up. It's pissing them off, and the more longer he stays with the suit, the more attached he is to it. So they sent a force to go to the planet and destroy the planet and him with it, and that's pretty much Planet Death is. It's just violence on an epic scale so far. Throw in Ninjak, which is another Valiant character from back in the day that they brought back early. Which is cool, and that's really it. That's it for this week, guys. Hope you like the books. Let me know anything you want me to review. If you get the haul, you know what I get. You know I get a shitload of books, and we don't always review them all. But if you want us to mention something, let us know. We're here to serve. Say yes.
That was a good crack. There we go. Before I get to a couple of Dynamite reviews, and I got a quick eBay segment. Dick. Once more. There we go. Crack sounds better, I think, when all the guys are here for some reason. It just doesn't quite get that. Yeah, that was a good one. That's the one.
Okay.
Score. They got the poo.
Pimpin'.